What's going on? It's your boy Bowie here, aka the Gelid Glaciologist, aka the Sub Scientist, aka No More Mr. Ice Guy, and I'm back with with another video of Sub-Zero with the Kung Lao Kameo. So one of the things that I touched on in the my first video about this team is the fact that this team is very, very strong in the corner because it stops a lot of people from being able to wake up. Okay. But in order to get the opponent to the corner, you have to take them there, right? And Sub-Zero has options to do this. Like this one here. Well, when I'm not dropping the combo, of course. Sorry about that. So with a combo like that, they're already in the corner, right? But we still have to be able to play this team mid-screen if you're going to use this combination. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to come up with some mid-screen setups that allow you to make use of the Kung Lao Kameo. And some of this stuff is tech that I borrowed from MK Tom Brady back when he was using this Sub-Zero Kung Lao team. So one of the things that I like, and this is if you just have no meter, like let's say you just broke and stuff like that, you can do something like this. Hold on, sorry. Bro. So if you have absolutely no meter, you can do something like that. And that's, a little bit close to 43%, 44%. And it's not optimal. It's not optimal, but it is something that you can do, So let me try it again. Bro. Whoops, fuck that up. Oh, he ain't even reached me yet, that's why. Bro. Whoops. Sorry, it's taking so long. Oh, I said for if you didn't have meter. Of course, if you have meter, you can do a lot of stuff. But as you can see, it's kind of easy to drop. It's quasi-reliable. But it's an option that you can do if you have absolutely no meter. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have any meter at all, this is an option that's available to you. Of course, you got to time it correctly. I'm having like mad trouble timing my damn 2-1. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's roughly 45%. Okay, so you have that option available to you. You can even use some old tech that I have. You can use the Lin Kuei dive. And the idea is pretty much the same. And you do have enough time to do stand 2 afterwards, And so this is good against opponents that like to wake up and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. I don't know how often I would use that particular setup, but it can be useful because when you put the Kung Lao hat down on the opponent, they're like plus 25. No, you're like plus 25. Excuse me. Watch this. So I just want you to look at the plus frames. You see that? Plus 24. So being plus 24 can be advantageous, right? So that's something that can be useful. Now, I have two other pieces of tech that, well, three other pieces. So I like this one. I made this one up myself. So it's something like that. Bruh, can I get my damn stand one? That'd be nice. There we go. I like that quite a bit. I quite like that. Especially since, because notice I'm showing the opponent getting up off the ground. But what happens is, if they don't get up off the ground with a wake up, look at where that is. And look at how long you can hold that. You see what I'm saying? Also, this combo looks very similar to a regular Sub-Zero combo. The opponent wakes up with a Lao hat right in their face. Which then allows you to do your hard to block situation if the opponent's not moving. And if they do decide to move, you can either clone or ice ball or something like that. So for instance, you can do shit like that. Let's say the opponent decides to jump towards you, they leap into a clone, and then you get your combo anyway. You know what I'm saying? Or if they decide to jump away, it's ice ball for them, you know? So I quite like that. So then let me show some things that were inspired by what Tom Brady used to do. So MK Tom Brady used to do shit like this. And he would get like a jump in situation like that. Obviously, this does like 290. Hold on, sorry. You know what I'm saying? But now with Polar Palm, we get more damage. You know what I'm saying? So you can do one of two things with this scenario. You can do something like that, and this is plus enough to armor break even the shadow kick. See that? So you have an armor breaking situation that is a hard to blockable, and it relaunches for a combo. So that's the simple joint, and you don't have to get the clone that low to the ground. That's just me fucking up the combo. So I just take a slight step forward, clone, or have the hat, and then let her rip. You know what I'm saying? And that does a lot of damage, as you can see. Or you can do, and I believe Tom Brady innovated this. If I'm wrong, let me know. But you can do shit like that, which of course means that you can do a jump in into back two. Whoops, I fucked that up. Bro, I feel like this shit is sluggish for some reason. There we go. I dropped that. But you see what I'm saying? Like, what if I was to the left? I want to test how that is when I have full space. There we go. Bro, I dropped the shit. But you see what I'm saying? Like, this situation gives you a jump in, bro. You can do a jump in attack, and mind you, the jump in is an overhead. This is a low. bro. Y'all get the idea. I keep dropping this shit. I'm pissed off. But anyway, so you see the vision. We still have enough advantage from Polar Palm into Clone. We have roughly 90 frames of advantage. If the opponent doesn't wake up. Excuse me. So he's going to drop for like 92 frames of advantage, which is enough for us to throw the hat down and get a jump in. And the idea is notice the opponent has to decide whether you're going to hit with the overhead first or the low. And you can time it to where either the low hits them first or the overhead hits them first. You see what I'm saying? And they're not going to have enough time to stop you. You see what I'm saying? So, do I think that you should center your Kung Lao Sub-Zero gameplay around this? No. But I do think it's something that you can pull as a, proverbial rabbit out of a hat. Which is a nod to Kung Lao, by the way. Those of you that know. And understand that you can do this from any hit confirm that he's got. You know what I'm saying? And understand that most opponents are probably not gonna... They may not fall for that overhead. And you don't have to do the overhead. You can still be safe and do shit like that. You know? Now, this is where it would have been nice for Sub-Zero to have some better frames, but hey, it is what it is. But like I said, should you make this the cornerstone of your gameplay? No. Is it something that you do when you're down on life? Yes, I think so. Can it be useful? I believe so. I can definitely see a scenario in which some mid-screen shit like this is useful for Sub-Zero. And again, this is something you get off of any hit confirm. You know what I'm saying? So any hit confirm you do, those are some potential options you have from that. All right. All right. I hope that helps. Go ahead and lab this shit. Well, let me say this before I bounce. I will say that certain invincible wake-ups will completely nullify this. Like I tried it against Cold Shoulder and... Oh, he ain't even do it. The fuck? Oh, because I turned it off. My bad. So this Cold Shoulder will nullify that shit. So that sucks. But that shit is unsafe anyway. And Sub-Zero can punish it really easily. So if you ever knock a Sub-Zero player down and they do this to you and you're up close, just understand that that's a punish for their ass. So, yeah. So the invincible wake-ups are good, but they are not all powerful. Especially if you anticipate them. That shit is terribly unsafe. It's like negative 23. Minus 22. That was close. See, I knew something was 23. The startup is 23. It's negative 22 on block. Now, it's better if done from range. But even then, a slide will punish that shit. See? Well, that was a reversal. I don't think that was a punish. Oh yeah, that was a reversal punish. And so with certain cameos, that's a liability. But yeah, so I do think this team has merit. I can see it definitely being useful in certain matchups. I do find that this team is very defense oriented, mid-screen. Like your job is to kind of chill back here, play lane, throw these out, stop all that type of shit, use clone, set this up, stuff like that. Make the opponent jump over this shit where they can jump into clone or jump into, some sort of trip guard. So that's sort of the idea behind this team. But yeah, that's sort of what you want to do. And then if you do get your hit confirmed, you can do major damage, carry them to the corner, and not let them get up off the ground. All right, so this is the real outro this time. I hope that helps. Please let me know what you think down in the comments below. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I'll catch y'all later. Stay froze.